Hi everyone. Happy Monday as usual. How's everybody doing today? So we just got back from a little weekend trip. We went to go see my in-laws in Alabama. It was a very quick trip. We were starting to wonder if it was ever supposed to happen. We were actually supposed to go back in December and visit our family, and then my in-laws got sick, so we couldn't go, especially with COVID. We weren't going to take any chances, so we decided to go while my son was on spring break last week. And then if anybody has seen the weather, there were all kinds of tornado warnings. We were supposed to leave Wednesday, and there were all kind of tornado warnings in Alabama. And then Thursday we're going to leave, but then they had a tornado watch in Tallahassee, which is right where we were going to drive through. So we finally left Friday, had a nice little weekend trip, and came back yesterday. So that's what I did this weekend and last week. What have you guys been up to? Anything exciting happen over the weekend? Any fun things you want to share? I know most of the country is still pretty cold. It was actually in the 50s in Alabama, which for us it was freezing. But okay, so I have lots of fun news to share before we get started with our Easter projects. We're going to have a really cool Easter project here in a second, but first I want to let you know if you were trying to get the butterfly bijou, that 6x6 paper that has all the cute little butterflies on it, that unfortunately has sold out, so that's no longer available. Wednesday, the new catalog will be available to demonstrators. So if you're not a demonstrator yet and you'd like to become one, you can always join my team. We do a lot of really fun things, and that's a good way to see all your favorites before anybody else. But with that, they will be Stampin' Up! Will be releasing the retiring products list for the current annual catalog. So I will try my best to get that information out to you as soon as possible. It is my birthday on Wednesday too, so I may not have that until Thursday, but as soon as I can compile the list, I will send it out in my newsletter email list that I have, and then I'll try to get it onto my blog as soon as I can too. Also on Wednesday, because it's my birthday, I'm doing a special gift card giveaway. I'm going to give one lucky winner a $25 gift card to my online store. So I'll have all the details on how to enter into the giveaway, and then that person will have till like April 2nd to claim their prize. So just make sure to head over to stampcampwithjen.com on Wednesday to see all the details for that. And then the next thing is, if you would like a free catalog, I send all of my customers a free catalog every time they come out, usually if you order within the last year or so. So if you've ordered, oh, thanks, Diana. I feel like a little kid. I'm always so excited about my birthday. I think I will be till I'm, 85. I'll still get really excited about my birthday. But so if you want a catalog, if you've ordered from me since May 1st of last year, you'll get a free catalog. If you haven't ordered from me, you have until March 30th to place an order with me, and then I will be sending you a free annual catalog. So anybody that has either ordered Paper Pumpkin, if you've done an online purchase, if you've done any of my card classes to go, you get a free catalog. So if you purchase anything through me, my product share customers get a free catalog as well. Any of those categories, anytime you order anything from me, I send you a free catalog. So again, the deadline for that is March 30th. Please place an order through me if you want a free catalog, if you haven't yet. And then anybody that ordered my Hey Birthday Chick class, those will be mailing out this week. And the first week of April, I hope to have all the details for my next card class to go. I'm going to be using the Friends Are Like Seashells bundle. I think that's a really fun one, especially being in Central Florida. Of course, I love it. I couldn't wait to try and play with that one. So, okay, so that's it for updates. So I'm going to flip the camera around, and I'm going to show you these cute Easter treat boxes. So Full disclosure, they are not my original idea. I really wish they were because they are so adorable. I got these from another demonstrator. Her name is Laura Mellinger, I think her name is. Laura's Works of Heart is her website. I found them on Pinterest. She's done Halloween and Christmas, and then she recently did Easter ones last year. So these are a complete case from her. I just updated it with current products. So, but they're really, really cute. Hold on, let me switch over so that you can see these little guys. So that is what we are making today. Aren't they adorable? They are, it's this little bunny, and I put little jelly beans on the inside. And then this is a little chick. Isn't that so cute? You can see his little beak kind of opens a little bit. I love those. So she actually made a bunch more on her website, Laura did. I think she had a lamb, and I forget what the other one was, but you can feel free to head over to her website anytime. But I'm going to show you how to create these. This is all with Stampin' Up! Product, believe it or not. So I'm going to show you exactly what I did. So let's start with the little bunny here. I'm going to move the chick out of the way. So you'll notice the ears. We use the oval punch here for the ears. And then his nose is actually, let me get the dies. These floral heart dies, or no, not the floral heart dies, I'm sorry. The wreath builder dies. It has these little hearts here, and that's what I used for his nose. And then the eyes are the 1.5 inch punch for the big gray part here. And then the white part is a circle. It's the smallest circle here on the layering circles dies. And then the black part is in the wreath builder dies. There's this little tiny circle right here that you can see. And that is the little pupil in his eye. So I'm going to show you how to put these together really quick. Now, for the boxes themselves, this is actually the acetate card boxes. They come, it's like a full sheet like this, right? So I actually cut one in half and made two. So we're going to use one box for this project, 1/2 for the bunny and 1/2 for the chick. Let's see how many come in a package. There's 10 in a package. I forget how much they cost, but so you could get 20 of these little treat boxes when you cut them in half. So when they're flat like this, they are 8 inches wide. So all I did was I took a, oh thanks Sue, these are really cute. I took, I have like a heavy guillotine swing line trimmer, and I just lined this edge up to the 4-inch line and cut it in half. And that's all you have to do for this box, okay? So then to fold them, you just got to kind of bend on all of the edges here to make it crisp and make it kind of fold exactly where you want it to. So you have those little flaps, and you have all of your little, just all of the score lines, you just fold it and make it your little box, okay? So we have that done. We'll put that aside for right now. Now we are going to take our gray. I'm going to take my paper trimmer here. So we're going to cut these little bands first off of here. So these are just, if you take a piece of smoky slate is what I'm using. Let me get my paper here. And if you cut along the long side, the 11-inch side, and we're just going to cut 3/4 of an inch strips. And we just need 2 strips. Okay. So there's that. And then what we're going to do first for these little strips is I'm going to kind of bend them just to kind of give them, get an idea of where we want them to bend, and we're going to make sure that the back overlaps. So just kind of like a belly band, you're just folding it around your box just to get a good idea of where it's going to go. And then I'm going to use Stampin' Seal here. And just put a little strip of Stampin' Seal. Make sure you can see that. And then I'm going to kind of line up my creases on the corner of my box, and then I'm just going to use those folds as a guide and try to make sure to line it up with the bottom edge of the box to keep it straight. And that Stampin' Seal really is enough. I mean, you could use liquid glue if you want. I don't really like to use liquid glue with these acetate boxes, though I feel like they can be kind of messy. You could definitely use tear and tape or Stampin' Seal Plus if you want to really make sure you have a good hold. But I wouldn't really recommend liquid glue with these boxes. So, all right, so now we're going to do the same thing towards the top. We're just going to kind of wrap it around and give it a little bit of a guide as to where we want all the edges to be, okay? And then another strip of Stampin' Seal. Okay. So again, just kind of line that edge up with the edge of your box. And then use the edge to guide your strip. So you just line it up against that edge right there. These I thought were so cute for, especially, they kind of look little kiddish. So if you have, you know, neighbors that are young, or you have grandkids, or, you know, maybe just young kids at home, that this would be a great thing for them to do, honestly. I think this is really easy for little kids to put together, and it looks really cute. So, all right, so let's go ahead and punch out our bunny ears. I'm gonna take a piece of, actually, do I have that? Yeah. This is another, just a scrap piece of smoky slate. So we're gonna use that scalloped oval, and I'm just gonna punch out 2 of those for his ears. Okay, and then we're gonna use Blushing Bride. I think I have some scraps I can use up. And we're gonna do the straight oval for the center of his ears here. So I'm gonna try to get 2 of those. Let's see. I'm always trying to use my scraps as much as I can. Can I get one? Yep. Oops. This is a mess. It's all tangled in here. Okay. All right. I think that came out. Yep. Okay. So now, you might notice this a little bit with this oval punch. I really like it, but for some reason, sometimes when you punch, it's not exactly crisp, and I'm not sure why that is, but just trim it. It's not a big deal. Okay, so now where did my seal go? I feel like I am always losing stuff. Oh, it's right there. All right, so again, I'm going to use seal. For the ears, you could use liquid glue. It's okay. Oh, that's all right. My paper's got a little water spot on it or something, but that's all right. I'll just go fix it later. All right, so here are his ears. So now, if you look at the original one, you really just want to put the ears like right up against the edge, because the little baggie, when you tie it, it kind of looks like a bow on top of his head. So I'm just going to take a little bit of seal towards the bottom of his ears, and I'm going to kind of angle it off to the side, right along the edge there. And then I'll do the same thing with this ear. So there's his ears. They look kind of wide set, but like I said, when you put the little treat bag on the inside, it won't really matter. So, all right, so let's put his eyes together. I'm gonna grab our scrap here and punch out 2 1.5-inch circles. Okay. And then for the white, we are going to use a couple of those. So like I said, for the white piece, we're using our layering circles dies. And if you're looking at the dies, it's that very smallest one on the layering circles dies. So I'm going to bring in my mini embossing machine. This thing is so cute. I've been using this so much. I don't know why when I first bought it, it just sat in the box and didn't use it. And I thought that was, my mom was like, why don't you use this? And I don't know, I was just so used to using the big embossing machine. But this thing, I love it because I can sit here at my desk and just go and do a bunch of die cutting without even getting up. I love it. Because my other machine I have like on a little table off to the side. But this one, I just sit down and roll away. All right, so there's the whites for the eyes. And then, like I said, for the little pupils, we need the wreath builder die. There's this little tiny black circle. That's what we're using for the pupils. And I have some black, basic black here. So yeah, I highly recommend getting one of these things. It's just, I mean, who doesn't like anything miniature, right? Well, I love anything that's teeny tiny miniature. Maybe that's why puppies and babies and everything are always so cute, because they're miniature versions of something. And this machine too, if you ever place an order that's over $450, excuse me, like a workshop order, you can get the mini Stampin' Emboss machine as your 50% off item in that order. So that's something to keep in mind. Okay, so we've got our little, where'd my gray ball, my gray circles go? There we go, eyeballs. Okay, so now for this one, I am going to use a little bit of liquid glue. And we'll do the whites first. So what's everybody excited about in the new catalog? Are you hoping to see anything in particular? Is there anything you're hoping won't go away? I'd love to hear what you guys are looking forward to or hoping doesn't go away. I know I'm always looking for like little treat box dies or punches. I hope that they bring in some fun punches. Christmas card ideas. Well, actually, Diana, in July, the mini catalog will be coming out for the holiday stuff. And we will have Celebration too, which I'm really excited about. I'm really hoping that with Celebration in the July through December catalog that they have like some free Christmas stamps or Halloween stamps and paper and things. I think that'll be really cool. Okay, so for the eyes, I kind of made them kind of pointing on the inside. You want it to be kind of wonky. You could even like, when we glue them down, Laura had some that were kind of offset like this just to make them look a little goofy. So you could do that if you want to, but we're just going to, and I have my little nose. I already die cut one because, like I said, in the wreath builder die, there are these two hearts. It's like a die that comes together. So when I did the original, it just die cut two hearts at once. So I already have one ready to go. And then we're gonna put our eyes on here and our nose. So we could do it like that to make him look kind of cross-eyed. I kind of liked it just with both of his eyes together. And then his little nose. And I'm actually gonna pop mine up this time. I didn't pop it up the first one, but when I did the chick, I popped him up and I really liked that. And I think it's a little bit easier to keep it, to adhere it on there when you pop up the eyes and the nose. So we're gonna do that. And then for the nose, is this gonna fit? This is just barely gonna fit. Oh, it's a little big. Okay, so maybe, do I have a little edge piece here? Let's use our little edges. We're gonna cut a little edge piece off of our dimensionals here. There we go. And we'll pop that nose up. All right. So let's put our nose, I'm gonna kind of center that just over the bottom strip there. And then we'll do our eyes. This just makes it so much easier and quicker. When I used the liquid glue, it just didn't work too well. So I think this will be a lot better. So there's one eye. And there's the other eye. Actually, let's put his nose over his eyes. That might be a little, or maybe move it down a little bit. I am going to put that over the eyes. I think that'll look a little bit better, like that. So cute. Okay, so now let me show you how to make the bag, the little cello bag. So for my friends that bought the clear envelopes to make those shaker cards that we did in Stamp Camp, or you may have seen them on my blog, we are going to use those same clear envelopes, and all we're going to do, and these fit perfectly in here once you have the candy and everything, and all we are going to do is, you see it has this little flap, we're just going to trim this flap off, and then we're going to fill it with candy. So we're going to line it up. I don't know if you can really see that. Oh, and my little light died on my phone. That's okay. Let me turn my light up a little bit so you can see that a little better. So this clear little flap here, I am going to cut this where the adhesive is on the envelope. I'm going to cut that little flap off. So now you have, let me move my trimmer. Can you see that? Now you have like a straight edge on the end of your treat bag there. So, oh, and we need to do our sentiment. Let's do that real quick before we fill up our treat bag. So we're just gonna take a piece of basic white, and it's gonna be 3/4 of an inch by 3 inches. That's about what you need for this. Okay, I think that's right. Let's see. Yep, 3/4. And then the sentiment I chose is from, oh my gosh, can't find anything. Where'd it go? Oh, here we go. I have this big pile of stuff over here, so I can't see anything. So the Timeless Tulip, excuse me, the Happy Easter, Happy Spring, Happy, Happy Everything. I really like that one. So we're going to do that one. For the bunny, I chose to use Gorgeous Grape to go with his little hair ribbon. So we're just going to stamp that up in Gorgeous Grape. Have it upside down. Here we go. And then I'm just going to stamp it off to the side just a little bit. Oh, 2 sides of the paper. I didn't quite get a good stamp there, but that's all right. There we go. All right, and then I'm gonna take my banners, pick a punch, and we're gonna make a little banner on the end of that. I love this punch so much. I was so excited when I saw that because I love making little banners, and I know you can do it by hand, but I don't like doing it by hand. I don't think it looks as nice or as clean if you have a punch. I think it's a lot better. So, all right, so let's use our seal once again. I'm telling you, I use seal all the time for this, and we are just going to do it just a little bit above that smoky slate so it kind of peeks out. Oh, isn't it so cute? Oh, I love it. And then these, like I said, you could do this with kids. I think they would love it. Or you could just gift it to kids, either way, but I think it would be really easy for them to do this. So, all right, so I have some of the best jelly beans, in my opinion. Starburst jelly beans. You see jelly beans everywhere at Easter time, and I know I've had to try to keep these away from my son because as soon as he saw jelly beans, he's like, Mom, can I please have jelly beans for my snack? And he just wants to eat all my jelly beans. And I'm like, I need them for my Facebook. So we're just gonna put a few in there. I'm not gonna go too crazy. But to be honest, he's not the only one. I had a hard time staying out of them myself because I just love them. Jelly beans are really good too. I really like them. But these just are so fruity and delicious. I love them. Okay, you could also use, if you're not a big Jelly Belly person or jelly bean fan, you could use like the Easter pastel M&Ms would be good. I think that's what Laura used in hers. Any kind of little candy like that would be really cute. So I'm gonna take, this is that gorgeous grape sheer ribbon. This is my second roll of this stuff, you guys. I love this ribbon so much. It's so pretty. And all we're gonna do is we're just gonna tie a little bow as best we can. It's not too easy, but I like to do it to keep the bag in the box so you kind of have an idea of where the bow needs to be above his head. And you can kind of squish it around just a little bit. There we go. And tie it tight like that. And that's, the bag is in the little box there. And now once you have it tight around the bag, it'll make it a little bit easier to tie your bow. Okay. And I actually made my ribbon really long, but that's okay. He's gonna have cute bow. And then trim your tails. Oh, so cute. If I do say so myself. But like I said, this is not my original idea. I really wish it was. I found this from Laura Mellinger at Laura's Works of Heart. She made these, but I just thought they were adorable, so I had to redo them with current product so that you guys could try to make them. Isn't he cute? All right, so let's do the chick real quick. Chick real quick, that rhymed. So we're gonna make him, and then you will have 2 Easter treat ideas. Hopefully, if I think if you don't have the products and you need to order something, if you order it today, you should have it in time to make these for Easter. So, all right, so for the little chick, let's get we're using Daffodil Delight. And again, we need 3/4 inch strips. So on the 11-inch side, cut off your 3/4 inch strips. You need 2 of them. And I will have all these dimensions on my blog. I always do the replay and post it on my blog. And I put all the dimensions and the supplies in there so that you guys can go back and rewatch the video and see exactly what sizes you need to cut things and what dimensions you need for everything, okay? So don't feel like you have to write this down while you're watching it. Okay, so let me get my other box half right here. All right, so again, we're gonna fold all of the little creases. It's funny because you see products like this in the catalog and you go, oh, thanks, Lisa. I think it was really cute too. And you see things like this and you go, what am I gonna do with that? And then somebody comes up with something really cute like this, and then you feel like you have to have those acetate boxes or the clear envelopes. Like I know when we made the shaker cards in my class, everybody was like, I've never even seen those envelopes. And I agree, it's really easy to overlook that stuff. You know, there's so much in the annual catalog. It's so easy to miss something like that if you don't use it all the time. I don't feel like clear envelopes are really something that people mail too often, so using them for a project is probably the only way I would use them anyway. I mean, some people do use the clear ones, but okay. So again, like a belly band, we're just gonna kind of fold this around and get our creases. Okay. Just to kind of give us a guide of where we need to fold everything. I feel like it just makes it a little bit easier to do it that way than to have it all sticky and be trying to fold it. I don't know, you could try it that way. This is just how I like to do it. And then we're just lining the edge of the strip with along with the bottom edge of the box, and one at a time, one side at a time, we're just gonna fold it and press. It was funny because any of you who have seen Toy Story, the Toy Story 4 that have the duck and the bunny in it, we just watched some of the, there's like some little shorts on Disney Plus, and they're so funny. And the little bunny in Toy Story is like a blue color. So when I showed this to my son, he's like, you should have made it blue so it looks like Ducky and Bunny from Toy Story. I was like, you know what? That's a good idea. I didn't even think about that. But so if you have any kids that really like Toy Story, that's another idea. This doesn't even have to be for Easter. You could do a Toy Story birthday and do a blue bunny and the yellow chick, and it would look like Ducky and Bunny from Toy Story. So that's another idea. You could do this all year round. I think that would be so cute, like a cute birthday party favor for a Toy Story birthday. That would be really cute. All right, and then again for the top section, we are lining the edge up with the top of the box, the top edge. Oh, Diana, I'll miss you. I know you'll be watching the replay. Alrighty, so there's the little band. So now let's make the eyes and the little beak and the little hair. I'll show you how to do that. And the wings. The wings are actually from the Balloon Builder Punch. So the little wings are the big balloon, and then we just trim off the balloon edge there. So let's go ahead and punch the wings out. There we go. So, and then we're just gonna take our paper snips and just trim off the little balloon piece, and that's his wing. So easy. Oh my gosh, I think I'm gonna see if my son wants to make some of these, like for his classmates, I think, or maybe his teacher, before Easter weekend. I think that would be really cool. So we're gonna go ahead and just use seal and put the little wings on there. And just put one there. And then this one's gonna go on that side, so just a little bit on the edge of the wing. Right there. And there's his little wings, so cute. All right, and then for his eyes, again, we're using our 1.5 inch circle punch for the biggest part of the eyes. Okay. And then for the whites of his eyes, we are using, let's see if I can get all my pieces here. Again, so for the whites, the layering circles, the very smallest one is what we're using for the whites of his eyes. And I'm just gonna bring in my mini embossing, stamp emboss machine. Love this thing. Alright, there's one. Let's see. I can get one more out of this paper. It's gonna be close. Should have cut them a little closer together, but let's see. No, get another piece here. There we go. Cut one more circle. All right. So how's everybody's weather treating you? Is it really cold wherever you are? I know it's been unusually cold here in Florida. And if you missed the beginning of my video, I was talking about how we went to my in-laws in Alabama this weekend while my son was on spring break. And it was in like the mid 50s, and I was shaking and shivering and all bundled up. Which is funny because I lived in Maryland, and we lived in South Korea a little bit when we were in the military, and they have the coldest, harshest winters. And my father-in-law came to visit us when we lived in South Korea, and it was October in the 60s, and he was shaking. And he lives like 15 minutes from us in Central Florida. And at the time, my husband and I and my stepdaughters were looking at each other like, what is his problem? And I feel like now I've acclimated to the weather down here, and I love the heat so much that now I've become like my father-in-law, and I'm shaking and shivering in 60 and 55-degree weather, which I never would have done before, but it's so funny. Is anybody having any snow or any... Let's see, sunny here in North Carolina. Can't wait until it's in the 80s. Oh, I'm with you there. Lisa? Oh, Lisa says it's in the 50s. Diana said can't wait for the 80s. I'm with you. I was looking at our weather today, and they were saying it's supposed to be in the 90s in the middle of the week, which I'm crossing my fingers for. Okay, so if you missed it, the pupil is this little tiny circle from the Wreath Builder dies. That's what I did for the pupil. So this is the duck's eyes, right? So the pupil I just did, the circle is the smallest circle from the Layering Circles dies, and then the Daffodil Delight is the 1.5-inch circle punch. And then we're just gonna take our liquid glue. Sunny and a high. Lisa, where are you at that it's a high in the 50s? I'm curious. Is it up north maybe? So we're using liquid glue for the whites. Northern Michigan. Oh my gosh. Do you know where Alpena is, Diana? I was born in Michigan, and my grandfather had a cabin up in Alpena. It's this little tiny place. Oh, Wisconsin, Lisa. Yep. It's got to be chilly there, I bet. But yeah, my grandfather had this little tiny cabin in Alpena, and that was such a tiny, tiny little place. But I love going to Mackinac Island. Going and getting that fudge up in Mackinac Island, seeing all those huge Clydesdale horses. Oh, it's so pretty up there. You were raised in Alpena? Oh my goodness, that's so funny. I'll have to tell my family about that. We went to that little town and we were like, oh my gosh, there's nothing here, but it's so pretty with the woods. My grandfather had like a little tiny cabin that looked out on a lake, and he had these cute little neighbors, and we would go up there sometimes and visit. That's so funny. All right, so these are his little eyes. I'm going to show you where to get his hair next. So if you have what is it here? Oh, the Floral heart dies. So there are these little, I think these are supposed to be leaves, but I use these for his hair. So there's 2 of them, which is perfect. You can make this cutting happen very quickly. I'm gonna cut this little piece off actually. Make it fit in my mini embossing machine here. Oh my gosh. Oh, is it really bigger now? What did they add to it to make Alpena bigger? Because I don't know, it's probably been, oh gosh, probably like 15 or 20 years since I've been out there. I was probably before I went into the Air Force, when I was still living at home, was the last time I've been out there. So yeah, it has to have been like 20 years since I've been out there. They had good food, I remember, at all the little restaurants. They had a bunch of little like bar type restaurants, and we loved the food. I thought it was really good. Okay. All right, so yep, these little leaves from the Heart Builder dies, or the Floral Hearts dies, excuse me. I don't want to confuse you. So these are his hair. That's what we cut out there. And like I said, there's 2 of them, so you can just roll it right through at one time. And we'll put this right back here. So that's what I used for his little puff of hair there. So Floral Heart dies for his hair. Okay, and then we'll make his little beak. Now the beak is super easy. all we're gonna do is we are gonna cut a 1-inch square and fold it in half on the diagonal in pumpkin pie. That's it. Let me make sure this is, yep. So I'm gonna cut 1 inch here in pumpkin pie. I'm gonna make sure, I think this is a little wider than 1 inch. Yep. So that's it, a little 1 inch square. And then I'm actually, just to make it a little easier to get a good fold, I'm gonna score on the diagonal. And that'll just make it a little easier because it's kind of small. It makes it a little easier to fold it over. And that's his beak. It looks a little wide, but because we're putting the eyes over the edges, it'll look like it's supposed to. It'll look good. Okay, so we have the eyes, we have the little beak, and we have the hair. So for the hair, we're gonna just kind of put it behind the eyes like that. And then for his eyes, I kind of overlapped them a little bit. So let's see, how do I want to do this? So we'll put the beak on first, and we'll just kind of center the beak over the middle, and I'm going to glue the beak right on there. And again, I'm just going to use my seal. And then just kind of put it in the center there. And then for the eyes, we're going to pop those up again. I really like how it looks. And like I said, it's just so much easier if you can pop them up. So I'm going to put 2 dimensionals on the back of the eyes. And we'll do his eye. I'm kind of putting it over the beak just a little bit. And then this eye, how do I want to, I'll make it